I would like to introduce a special guest that none of you voted for. The American Nightmare, Cody.
My character on A Shot of Brandy is gonna wear shades.
No, I think you should take it off. I think you should take them off. Take them off.
This is Disneyland for wrestling. I think Cody calls it Woodstock for wrestling.
So, a lot of surprises, sincerely over budget.
Shut it down, I'm talking.
All In is about a feeling that I have in common with Matt and Nick Jackson, the Young Bucks. Who is ready for All In?
Under 10 days away from All In, and the elements needed list is long and thorough, but we're getting it all done. And production-wise, we've dotting the I's and crossing the T's, and I'm pretty happy with the progress of it all. I mean, we had this single show to prepare for, and it seems like everybody on board, from even the guy who's stringing the skirts and the aprons for the ring, to the folks running sound and music, and myself, Matt, and Nick. I think we all know what we need to do.
Someone will make a joke about it, and I like that. The minute that I heard about All In, I knew it was going to be revolutionary to this industry. So of course I wanted to be a part of it. I want to always be a part of this revolution. The crazy thing about my journey is that when I started 4 years ago, the women's evolution had just begun. We've had, women headlining all over the world, and that is something that I'm so proud to be a part of. And I hope that people look back, I was a part of that, and people can say, Chelsea Green was at All In. Shut it down, I'm talking. The hot mess is something that everyone can relate to one way or another. It's so ridiculous, and that's why I love it, and I can play it up in so many different ways. All of it is from something that I've experienced in life, whether it's from me, whether it's from the drunk girl at the bar that I see, whether it's from, my girlfriends on the cab ride home having mental breakdowns. Okay, if you ask my mom, she would say it's all reality and that I'm crazy and that I do when I get angry. Snap. If you ask me, I would say I'm an angel and I don't know what you're talking about. Honestly, I cannot wait to get out there and have the best match I've ever had in my whole life, and have people take, they put their foot in their mouths and they realize it. That's gonna be like the best feeling ever. I'm Chelsea Green, and I'm all in.
The aptly named over the budget battle royal is indeed very much that. I think people occasionally look at the Bucks or myself, or maybe folks in entertainment in general, and I'm not doing myself any favors with my social media, but they think, oh, they've got the money for this. But no, we had a budget set aside for the show, and this was our first show. We didn't want to break the budget, and of course we broke the budget. But this was the opportunity to be on free TV. WGN America hit 77 million homes, the chance to throw a huge rating up for a show that three guys coordinated. Just can't leave any stone unturned. In fact, when you look at the ring for the entire show, you look at the canvas, you look at the aprons, the buckles, all the soft goods that make up a professional wrestling ring, know that I sold each and every one of them to various collectors so that I could afford the over-the-budget Battle Royal. And it's got some studs in there. Billy Gunn is in there. a legend like Billy Gunn, Rocky Romero. We have a female competitor in there, Jordan Grace, and we didn't make a big presentation out of that. I thought that was just business as usual. She wants a shot at the Ring of Honor World title. She has a chance to get it if she can throw 15, 16, 17, whatever the number is. We're not sure yet. Different competitors over the top rope. Who else? We got a ton of people in there. My good friend, Ethan Page, Moose, Brian Cage, Marco Stunt, who just kind of, turned heads in New York. And we've talked about that before. Turning heads. Don't give the fans a little thing and then make them wait for it or then give it to them differently the next time. He went out at Janela's Lost in New York show and turned heads and became kind of the talk of the event. Of course we want him for our event. So a lot of surprises in the over the budget battle royal. Sincerely over budget. And what an opportunity. On WGN America, that person will know that they are heading into All In as we gear up for the pay-per-view itself, and they're going to be wrestling against Jay Lethal for the Ring of Honor World Championship. It's a great way to honor our home promotion, where me, Matt, and Nick are currently exclusive, that being Ring of Honor. And, we've used a lot of the in-house people there. Gary Juster has helped us with the building and learning about all the various things you need to do when you run a show. And, yeah, I'm excited for it.
Well, I am just a fan. I do mortgages 7 days a week. That's not going to change. I'm Conrad, the mortgage guy on Twitter. Well, we're at the home of Starrcast 2018. It's getting close. It's a little overwhelming, but we're doing a site visit today. This is Disneyland for wrestling. I think Cody calls it Woodstock for wrestling. Man, it is wrestling themed out. We've got every single room here. The hotel staff is going to be wearing Starrcast shirt. Your room keys are going to say Starrcast. Even the menus and the menu boards, it's all wrestling themes. And then we've got like cutouts of the elite through here. So like Cody and the Bucks and Kenny and all that. But this is a fan's dream, and I think everybody who's in the business started as a fan. So you'll be in here with the big gold belt and what looks like you're on the Nitro set. So this is where you'll do the photo ops with the real belts. Saw this as an opportunity to create something fun for other wrestling fans. I really set out to say, hey, what would I want to do? What would be fun? And we've tried to create a unique experience. You can cut a promo with Tony Schiavone or have dinner with Kevin Nash or wear a real Ric Flair robe. So some really fantasy camp type stuff for wrestling fans, and it's all here at Starrcast. Well, the fun thing that we've tried to do is say, hey, not everybody, especially I'm thinking of folks who are overseas. Man, if you couldn't get tickets and you lived in Illinois, how are you going to get tickets if you lived over there? I mean, that was a real challenge. So I'm glad to know that All In is on pay-per-view, and thanks to Fight, now Starrcast is available too. So we're trying to create experiences where even if you're not able to attend Starrcast, Fight can be just as good and maybe even better, because if you're here in person, you've got to pick, do I want to see this show or that show? You can't possibly see it all because there's two shows happening at the same time. But with Fight, not only can you switch back and forth, but you can watch them on demand after the fact. So I think the Fight experience is going to be something that a lot of people are talking about.
Which match will steal the show? Oh man, I always hated shows where they would tell you well, every match is a main event. Because there's really only one main event, but there is a feeling that every match has a different identity. I'd like to think that my match steals the show. And I'd like to think that Matt and Nick think that their match steals the show, or Stephen Amell thinks him and Christopher Daniels' match steals the show, or Britt Baker thinks the four-way steals the show. I'd like to think everybody walking out there is walking out there with the intent on living forever.